Carl Archery along with Denmark's Torben Johansen joining us once again. It's been many, many years, my friend. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Great to have you alongside here at the King's Garden. And I'll tell you what, it's really an open field in the women's compound because Sarah Lopez, of course, from Colombia, had to withdraw due to personal reasons. And so she's not here. That means a wide open field and a great opportunity for the Danish archer, Sarah Holst Sonicsen.
That's for sure. The injury or whatever happened to Sarah, I'm feeling very sorry for her, but I am a Dane, and it sure helps us. It helps us getting closer to the fun part.
To the gold medal.
Yeah, it does. Sarah is shooting awesome, and by that Sarah, I mean Sarah Schönesen, of course. And I'm quite excited to see what she can put up right now. During the days of practice, and she's been shooting very nice groups, and she's very stable, which is the same thing for all the archers that come this far in the World Cups. It seems a lot harder to win this title than actually winning the World Championships, because this title is about being stable the whole season through. This year we got 3 World Cups, and you get your points from winning, of course, and you add them all together. Normally we have 4 World Cups in the season. This year it's only 3, and normally you can throw away 1. This year everyone counts.
Everyone counted, and there was a premium on each of those World Cup events as we get set for our first match of the day here on a gorgeous, beautiful autumn morning in Odense, Denmark. Crystal Gauvin, Dahlia Crook, both of the United States. As you take a look at the judge, as we get set for the opening of this match, Dahlia Crook, the beneficiary of the decision by Sarah Lopez not to attend the World Cup Finals, where she would have been competing for her 3rd consecutive World Cup title. So Dahlia Crook is here, and she is facing Crystal Gauvin, also the United States, 32 years old, number 2 in the world, and averaging 9.5 per arrow. She's got 27 wins under her belt, and she starts off with a 9. So a nice start for Crystal Gauvin of the United States, taking on the 16-year-old Dahlia Crook, 15th in the world, 9.4 per arrow, and she matches Crystal Gauvin's first attempt. So both archers with a 9 to start off this opening end. And by the way, we will have 5 ends, 3 arrows per archer in each end. The total points for those 15 arrows determine your winner. If we're tied after 5 ends, the match will be decided by a 1-arrow shoot-off, with the closest to the center being the winner of the match. Dahlia Crook, her second shot.
Okay, another good shot here.
Same spot.
Like yours,
Falls behind by 1 in this opening end, with her father Matt standing behind her in the coach's box. And right now, Crystal Gauvin with a chance to secure this first end.
9. Okay, just low.
Still an opportunity here, Torben.
Yeah, it's nice. It's still open. We're shooting 15 arrows, and it's all about points. So now she's 1 down.
Needed a 10 to tie and split and pick up a point. However, Crystal Gauvin takes the opening end, 28 to 27. So there's a 1-point difference as Crystal Gauvin moves ahead. Again, it's cumulative points.
I see. I don't know these 2 archers from tournaments, but when I look at them, it seems like the is it Cook she's called?
This is Dahlia Crook, yeah, on the right side of your screen.
It seems she's a little bit more shaky than the blonde.
Crystal Gauvin, yes.
I think she feels alive out there, and she should be.
It is. It's good to feel alive. Of course, Dahlia Crook, 16 years old. As you get a good close-up look at her,
she's
the
16,
youngest.
I'm scared about it.
Yes, she's the youngest athlete competing here at Odense in 2016, and she got the call when Sarah Lopez had to withdraw. She was on the bubble.
Yeah.
She was tied for the final spot with Lily Shanu Panam of India, whom we will see momentarily. The nod went to Ms. Poonam of India. But by virtue of the withdrawal of Sarah Lopez, Dahlia Crook is indeed here. Dahlia Crook this year
No, they took one up there in case they needed.
finished 33rd in Shanghai in stage 1, was 17th in Medellin, and then won a silver medal in Antalya, where ironically enough she lost the gold medal to Sarah Lopez. But Sarah paid her back in another way, allowing Dahlia the chance to come here to her first World Cup finals in this beautiful, beautiful setting here at the King's Garden,
Right in the middle, dude.
right in the heart of Odense.
And we have confirmation. Crystal Gauvin, 28.
Just a garden paradise. And the weather conditions, as you can see, are absolutely perfect. Almost no wind to speak of. Sun a little bit in the eyes of the archers right now as it comes up from the east, but
Nice and easy.
we've had worse conditions
Oh,
over the
yeah.
years. I think these
The
archers
sun
will
can
take
be
it.
blocked out. You can't block the wind.
No,
7.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nice strong
the
shot.
dreaded red.
Sure is feeling alive in there, but 16 years old, she's getting there. Give her one more year. We'll see her again, I'm sure.
Crystal
takes a lot
Gauvin,
low there.
a little bit more experienced.
Yeah.
32 years old, ranked second in the world. She's been in some big time matches. Remarkable story. We'll talk about her after this end. But there's the first 10 of the match. And it goes to Dahlia Crook.
That's the shot you're looking for.
The calm, soothing words of advice from her father, Matt, in the coach's box.
There you go. Just under the X-ring. That's good. That was a good shot.
Mel Nichols in the coach's box for Crystal Gauvin, who matches that 10 by Dahlia Crook.
8.
And Dahlia with an 8 to start, then a 10. Or excuse me, she started with a 7, then had the 10, then the 8. So kind of a roller coaster ride in that end for Dahlia Crook. Meanwhile, is that one catching the line? Looks like they're probably going to score it an 8. That being said, though, that 1-point lead that Crystal Gauvin had after the first end has now been built up to 3 points, and she leads it 55-52 after the first 6 arrows. Crystal Gauvin, a great story. Silver medalist a year ago on her first trip to Denmark in Copenhagen at the World Championships. She took the silver medal there, falling to Kibo Bay. She was 5th in Mexico City last year at the World Cup Finals, hoping to do much, much better here, of course. And of course, it's an opportunity for her as well, with Sarah Lopez not being present.
That's sure. But like I said, 16 years old. I'm amazed she made it here, and she made some awesome results around the world already.
That silver medal on Ponyalti Beach, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
That was big for Dahlia Crook.
yeah. But this competition, the finals here at the World Cups, it's a mean one because you get 15 arrows. You don't get settled in the competition or anything. You just jump in and you're right on it. Yeah, you have spent time on the practice field, but nothing compares to when you're standing out there on the blue blanket and the television is up your face, and yeah.
Make sure there's no target guts.
And if you're nervous, you start hearing a lot more than you want to.
You hear Crispin Dueñas saying your name over the loudspeaker. And you're right, the cameras are there.
Yeah.
You're in the spotlight.
That's for sure. And again, 16 years.
16 years old.
10,
Young.
10, 10.
It's not called old.
Perfect.
That's young.
Young. 16 years young. Dahlia says she'd been watching this event on YouTube for years and thinks it's just very, very cool to be here. She went and got together with Braden Gellentine to try and go to boot camp, so to speak, and get ready for this World Cup final event. Braden with a lot of experience at these things. Not here this year, but he competed in many a World Cup event, World Cup finals. And Dahlia Crook, his protege, coming out strong to start this third end. Posts a 9 as Crystal Gauvin matches her.
Okay, nice strong shot here.
veered off course into the red ring on her second shot. Chance for Crystal Gauvin to widen her lead right here. And
There
she
you go.
does,
Love this
down the
fighter.
middle.
Right in the middle. Strong.
The lead has grown to 6 as Dahlia Crook tries to hang in there and hang on, and she comes up with a 10.
Good shooting.
That's what she'll do.
Tells you a little something about her.
Strong shots.
Strong competitor.
It's not actually easy to shoot the next arrow after you got one of the red ones. Puts a lot of pressure on your mind and will immediately work out your arms and all your stability, so that you can bring up a 10 right after it. It's very good.
Takes focus and concentration and composure. Before she got to Denmark, she said it'll take paying attention to your form and keeping concentration on that, not worrying about the score, who's winning or losing. The person who's going to win the World Cup finals is going to stay focused. And right now, Dahlia trying to do that. And also trying to enjoy the moment. You can see she's got a good smile on her face and she's relaxed. It's not easy shooting against a teammate. It's tough enough as is. Going against a fellow country person, that's not always the easiest thing in the world.
No, it's not that fun.
Have to block
It's
that
good
out,
for
though.
the country because it secures you one place
Sure.
in the finals in the last 4. And but it would be more fun to shoot against a foreign country. Of course it would. I got the same feeling about our Danish match between Sarah Schønnesen and Erika Honor.
Yes.
Well, it secures us a place
Yep.
in the last 4, but it could have been 2.
Visualize.
There's always 2 sides to the story.
Yeah.
And when you have 2 archers from the same country competing against each other, there's pluses and there's minuses.
Yeah.
One's going to go home and one's going to go on
A perfect
and
shot.
try to get to the podium. After 3 ends, it is Crystal Gauvin now leading by 5, 84-79. So Dahlia Crook of Kansas will shoot first on target number 1, and she gets it right inside the 9 ring.
There you go.
So a nice opening salvo by Dahlia Crook and Crystal Gauvin. Averaging 9.5 per arrow.
9.
Just barely off at 8 o'clock.
Almost got it inside the 10 ring.
I'd give it 1 or 2 down to make sure we get in there.
Can hear Mel Nichols talking to her about adjusting her sight.
Get another strong shot, just like the first one. You'll get in there.
Pair of 9s now for Dahlia. Just caught the line, and that's all you need to do
Like Berlin.
to get that higher value.
Just touch the line is what you need. Don't even have to break it.
Nice strong
Ooh,
shot.
Dahlia
Here.
Crook catching that. Well, not just catching it, getting it inside the line. So Crook hoping to steal a victory
Choose many she can.
here in the opening end, but she's got her work cut out for her, especially if Crystal Gauvin comes up with a strong shot, and she does with a 9. And her lead, she dropped about a point, but she's still up by 4. She's in a comfortable position right now, Torben.
Just go ahead.
Yeah. She's shooting stable, Gwyn, but
We got 3 more arrows to go.
I'm amazed they're shooting all these arrows out the left side because, like we talked about earlier, there is no wind. So, but then again, if you do a little bit too much pushing with your bow arm, you can easily make those left side shots for a right-hand shooter. Because maybe you get a little bit too much tension on the backside of your arm and not get the. What you want is you want your bow to go directly to the middle of the yellow spot. You don't want it to jump to a side or anything, and it's a little bit hard to see, but I actually think that's the problem, that they have a little bit too much tension. Maybe they wanted a little bit too much. Maybe the nervous.
Takes a little time to settle in.
Yeah.
And as you said before, you're right out there. You've got 15 arrows to work with.
Yeah.
You got to make every one of them count. And that means
Actually.
there's more pressure on each one of those shots.
And you know that every time you drop a point, it's a point you can't get back.
The heart is beating fast, isn't it?
Yeah. The pulse can get pretty high out there.
Yeah, I bet it can. I'll take your word for it. I'm much more comfortable sitting where I am.
Yeah, although I feel my hand is sweating just watching these finals. It's just, oh,
It's a little nerve-wracking. Can you imagine what it would be like for Dahlia Crook's father, Matt, in the box, coaching his daughter? I couldn't watch my own sons when they were competing in their sports. I had to go and hide.
I bet he's got some knee shells hopping a little bit at that.
I'm sure. His daughter, Dahlia, on target 1, shooting at that beautiful backdrop at a target 50 meters away, and it's in the 9 ring. Dahlia's had a few 10s, but they have been few and far between here in this opening match of the day at the World Cup Finals, Compound Saturday. And right now, Crystal Gauvin knows she needs just to be solid.
She just needs to be solid in the yellow, then she's good.
Nice shot.
Nice
Dahlia
shot.
making her bid, knowing anything can happen. We know that. We've seen it before. Lots of things can happen. Another 10.
Now we need a little help from somewhere else for Dahlia Crook to win.
A little shaky, and you can see that right there.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
Yeah,
That shot that we had just right before she released, you could see how much she was moving around.
yeah.
For the win. And there it is. A 9 will clinch it for Crystal
Good solid
Gauvin.
win.
A 6-point win for Crystal Gauvin of the United States, 139 to 133. At least unofficially, that's our final score. As the two Americans shake hands, Crystal 32, Dahlia Crook 16, half the age of Crystal Gauvin. Although that being said, the point should be made. Crystal Gauvin didn't pick this sport up until 4 years ago on a dare from her husband, Rich. So she said, yeah, I'll try it. And here she is. Amazing how fast, what a rapid rise it's been for Crystal Gauvin here in compound archery on the World Cup level.
All you need to tell me is she's a hunter too, then she's a perfect woman.
Thank you.
I think her husband, Rich, thinks so. The determination and then some of the frustration on the face of Dahlia Crook, but great experience for Dahlia Crook to go up against somebody as strong as Crystal Gauvin. Has really become one of the top females in compound archery, right up there. Somebody who can go toe-to-toe with some of the great archers in the world, including Sarah Lopez,